Good afternoon, you guys, and welcome back to the BINPodcast. I am your host, Cheesy B, and if you hear me scream randomly, that is because I'm watching the Brewers in extra innings. But I'm today joined by, sadly, two of our co-hosts couldn't join, but luckily one of them was able to join. I'm joined by B-Hub. How are you doing today, kind sir?
I'm doing pretty well. Just kind of a depressed Red Sox fan at the moment. We got destroyed earlier. And let's move on because I'm still sad.
Okay.
Shout out, sir, though.
Yeah. But today, guys, we have a special episode. Beautiful pitch. Anyways, we have a special episode today. We're going to be breaking down our top 10 skilled positions besides tight end. Because fuck the tight ends. I didn't want to do all 4 skilled positions. I'll do a special tight end video episode if we have to. Woo! Beautiful. Anyways.
I'm sorry, tight ends. That's not from me. That's from him.
Yeah. Rogers doesn't like his tight end, so fuck you. No, I'm joking. Alright, but let's get into it. So, our top 10 list is we're going to have 10 players ranked from 1st to 10th. There will be some shockers probably to some people. There'll be people like, oh, great list. Fuck yeah. Okay. There'll be people that...
Or there'll be people like, oh my god, you're so stupid, you don't watch football.
Exactly. There'll be people like that, so we'll have that happen. But let's get right into it. B-Hub, give me a number between 1 and 3.
1.
Quarterbacks are first.
Let's start off with the juicy ones.
Quarterback is first. This is going to be great. B-Hub, tell me your honorable mention.
My honorable mentions, I'll put multiple in each category.
Oh, I did one.
I did multiple because I feel like you could have a case for some of these.
Mm-hmm.
So I put Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Derek Carr.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins. Kyler Murray. I put Matt Ryan because he could be there next year with the core he has in Indianapolis. So those are my quarterback honorable mentions. Maybe Jalen Hurts as well.
You want to
he has a lot
explain
of talent.
why you have them in your honorable mentions?
I feel like these players haven't played up to the level of this guy that I have at 10, and he's in a great situation this year, and he has a better resume than most of them, and he's more consistent in some categories.
Okay, I got you. My honorable mention is Deshaun Watson, and this is where it gets dicey, Matthew Stafford. Now, I want to say this about Stafford. Did he prove a lot of people wrong? Yes. He is very underrated. I'm not going to deny that. I love Stafford. But personally, I view these 10 quarterbacks above him. Now, I have him above Deshaun Watson. Stafford is 11. You can switch out 10 and 11 in my opinion. But I like 10 because I like what he has done more. But for the case of Deshaun Watson, he is outside my top 10 because he has not played in 2 years. And I need to see how
that is a valid point.
I need to see how he plays before we continue. But let's begin with number 10. I will go first. At number 10, I have Dakota Prescott. I like Dakota Prescott. I like what I saw from him. Rain Dakota Prescott. I like what I saw from him. He's a great quarterback. He's a great leader. People hate on him too much. We both can agree. Man played amazing coming off an injury that
career-threatening
injury, and he still played great. I think he should have been comeback player of the year. Don't get me wrong, Joey B did deserve it, but I think I would have personally went Dak over him. Dak is a man. I like the weapons and the case around him. He still, even though they lost Amari Cooper, is that huge? Yes, that is huge. But they still got CeeDee Lamb. They still got Michael Gallup. That backfield is going to be able to help him out too more with Zeke and Tony Pollard. So I have that at number 10. B.F., who do you have at number 10?
At my number 10 position, I have Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Because last season, he got injured, unfortunately. And when he was playing, he wasn't playing to the level he was in 2020. That Seattle team that he had in 2021 and 2022 were not the same as the 2020 team. But I have him in the top 10 because when he goes to Denver, he will show everyone why he's a top 10 quarterback. And I have him at 10 because these guys ahead of him, I think, personally, are going to have better seasons and are better right now.
I agree, bruh. I'm sorry, but they just intentionally walked Yelich, so now Adames is up.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why, I'm just freaking out inside. But at number 9, I have Kyler Murray. Man just got fucking paid, bruh. He got the bank, bruh. He's on average $2,000 shorter than having as much salary as the entire Oakland A's team. Can we just acknowledge that?
Well, the Oakland A's are pretty much a poverty franchise.
You're not wrong. He was drafted by the best part too is he was drafted by the A's as well, for those who don't know. So I think football worked out for him, but let me get into why I think he is number 9. People forget before he got hurt versus the Packers, which he got hurt and injured. His leg got injured. He missed a few games. He was dominating the league. He was lighting up the league with that offense. That offense was playing great, and even some decisions, I don't even blame him. Like, for example, that AJ Green play that we all know about.
Controller died.
That was AJ Green more than Murray, because Murray threw a beautiful ball to AJ Green. But AJ Green said no. Kyler Murray is very, very athletic. I have him over Dak because I like more mobility for him because they both have the arm. They both can get it downfield if they need to, but I like Murray's mobility more than I like anything else of him over Dak. Now, I think Murray is going to have a great year. Even though they don't have DeAndre Hopkins, people forget he has Marquise Brown now around him. His college receiver 1. Is the chemistry probably not going to be there for the first couple weeks? Yeah. It's going to have to be... Willie! Go back. Go... Fuck! Oh, that was Rob. Run, you fat ass. Run. Thank you. Anyways. But that chemistry is going to build, and it's still going to be looking good. I think Kyler Murray is number 9. Yep, who do you have at 9? And I'm sorry if I cut you off randomly.
It's alright. At number 9, he's only this low because he has allegations.
And he hasn't played in almost 2 years.
Oh my gosh, that was weird. But I have Deshaun Watson. When he is fully healthy... He's like the number 5 best quarterback in the league. But I can't put him that high because he hasn't played in 2 years. I gotta make this fair. I gotta make it fair to all players that don't play. But what he's shown is a top 5 level quarterback, but he's at 9 only because he's missed games.
And the
unfortunately
thing is too for me with Watson, he might not even play this year.
Yeah. We gotta wait till the suspension comes out.
I love this right now. They just intentionally walked to us, and now we got bases loaded.
Uh-oh.
I know. So if there's a grand slam, I'm freaking out. I'm waking up my whole house. But, yeah. Like, we don't even know what's happening with Watson. That's why I put him outside. Potential-wise, he could be anywhere from 5, and he could make a name for number 1. He is that good, Watson is. But the thing is the rust going to show for not playing for 2 years? That's the question I have with Watson, but... Number 8 is interesting for me. A lot of people are going to be like, what? Number 8, I got Joe Burrow.
8?
Fuck. Never mind. 8 at Joe Burrow. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Joe Burrow, he is a good player. He is great, but he had a great year. That's the thing. All these guys I have above him also had a good year and have proven to have better years, too, as well. So, for me, with Burrow, I think he still has room to grow. That's my stance on Burrow. Now, did he win Comeback Player of the Year? Yes. Does he still have Jamar Chase and that receiving core? Yes. Did that O-line get better? Yes. But I like these guys overall because when I'm ranking these, I look at how they did last year, a situation they're going into this year, and what's the expectations. And Burrow could easily move to 5 for me. He could. He could easily move to 5, but
yeah,
I have him at 8 for right now.
Okay. My number 8. I don't even know if this guy was in the top 10 last year before the season started. He is now a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I got Matthew Stafford at number 8. He's always put up the numbers. All he needed to validate himself is winning meaningful games. And that's what he showed last year. Of course, you can bring up Cooper Kupp and stuff like that, but he helped Cooper Kupp have a top three wide receiver season of all time. And that's all I needed to see from Matthew Stafford to be a top 10 quarterback. And now he's taking his rightful place at number 8. And maybe even after this year, he could make a name for himself in the top 5.
He could.
Shout out Matthew Stafford. I'm glad.
I'm happy for him, too. I am very happy for Stafford. I'm glad he found the situation that he needed getting out of Detroit. That was huge. Now, at my number 7, I have the guy who's probably going to make more than Murray. And that is Lamar Jackson. Action Jackson.
Ooh.
The thing is with Lamar that puts him this high is his dual threat. He is the most explosive quarterback we have seen since Michael Vick. The man won an MVP for a reason. He is still a good wideout. He still has Mark Andrews. Say they lose Hollywood Brown? Yes. But he still got Mark Andrews. Rashawn Bateman, people expecting to be high. He'll have his bread and butter system back with J.K. Dobbins with the run at, read the replays. I can't remember the proper name of it right now. It's on the top of my head. RPOs, read plays, all that stuff. Read options, all that will be back on the table. Because last year, they kept getting hurt to where Devontae Freeman was their number 1. I feel like people forgot how good Lamar Jackson is with this running back room when they're healthy. Because if you give Lamar Jackson a good running back room, that's what he needs. Will it help if he has a good wideout? Yes, but does he truly need it to unlock his potential? No.
Nah.
But who do you have at 7?
Well, crazy enough, I completely agree. I have Lamar Jackson at number 7. I can't put him above these other guys. Yes, he's the best running quarterback in the league, but he hasn't shown me enough with his arm.
Yeah.
And the last 2 seasons, he hasn't been really the same player. That could be to injuries. That could be, the scheme that he's in with being with Greg Roman and how they haven't adapted the system. But 7 is still a great spot for what he is at right now.
Yeah.
And after the season, Lamar might be 2-time MVP. That's the skills he has.
That's what he can bring. And he doesn't even have a true wideout 1. And he can do that.
Yeah. I would like them to show off his throwing a little bit more. That's what I want to see. Just a little bit.
I think we'll get that more.
A little bit.
Because he seems every year to be better and better at throwing. I think we're going to see that more this year. But
he doesn't have a bad arm.
No.
They just don't utilize him enough to show off how effective it can be.
Because it can be good.
I agree.
But you just gotta let him show it. And that's the thing about the Ravens that they don't do enough. Is they don't let him show it.
Yeah.
But now, let's move on to number 6. This guy just got recently relocated from his home team. I'm going Russell Wilson. Now, people are going down on Wilson more. After an injured season. Every QB has a big injured season. That doesn't mean they're not themselves. We've seen that time after time. Brady, I believe in 2008, tore an ACL. Next year came back and almost had a perfect season. Or, no.
He went like 14-2.
Yeah, had a great season. Wilson's situation is so much better, I believe, in Denver than it is in Seattle. And you're probably going to say...
100%.
We'll probably hear from Seahawks fan. Well, but we had DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Yes, are your weapons better? But look at this. His defense is better. His O-line is significantly better.
Significant doesn't even give it justice how better it is.
That just shows you. A key to a quarterback's success is a good O-line. That's the key. Because look, the Bengals, they'll say, well, the Bengals had a... Yes, that's just a rare case where you have a bottom-tier O-line go to the Super Bowl. But did that come and bite them in the butt? Yes, it did. You ain't winning shit without a good O-line. And even though his receivers aren't as good, he's still got Jerry Jeudy. He's still got Cortland Sutton. That's just still good. A good wide receiver duo. They just haven't had a true QB to show their full potential. Now they got it. But I have Wilson at 6.
Wilson at 6. Well, my number 6 is the guy you had at number 8.
Ooh.
I got Joe Burrow at number 6.
So we switched our 6 and 8.
Yes. At number 6, his last season was just phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Changed a terrible franchise
into
and made it go to the Super Bowl with no offensive line.
That's unheard of in the NFL.
Coming back from a completely torn ACL, like literally, his knee was just jacked up.
And he played week 1 too.
Yeah, week 1, and you can say anything about like Jamar Chase. He has the best receiving core. He has Joe Mixon. Yeah, that all helps. He's the one that makes the show go.
If it's not for him, Jamar Chase would not have as much touchdowns as he did. If it's not for his arm, Tyler Boyd would not be expected. If it's not for this, that. It's the quarterback is the leader of this team. For a reason.
And I just think how, like, he changed this franchise. It has been terrible since Andy Dalton left.
Yeah.
And
it was
even
terrible
with
him.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah. I was say with
barely
him.
making the playoffs. They haven't had a playoff win in how long before Joe Burrow got there?
Since the 90s, I believe.
A long time ago. And that alone has to make you a top 10 quarterback. Now, have him number 6 specifically is the... What's the word? Things he had to go through to get back on the field.
Yeah. Crazy.
And to play as well as he did, you're number 6 for me. And, dang, like, it's tough to rank all these great quarterbacks, but he's number 6 for me right now.
Okay. Now let's get into the top 5. This could get interesting, or it could just be plain old. Number 5, I got Justin Herbert. I have him above Burrow. Herbert has done more in the NFL overall, in my opinion, than Burrow, except for the playoff experience, but that was because Burrow is just clutch more. Playoff clutch, in my opinion, because he had that even in college. He won the national championship game versus Alabama.
He had the greatest season of all time.
Yeah, but that's just him knowing the experience. I think Herbert, he's been playing lights out since rookie year. His first ever game, he almost outdueled Patrick Mahomes. Outdueled him.
Feel bad for Tyrod Taylor.
I do too, man. He got replaced by Josh Allen. He got replaced by Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, and he got replaced by Davis fucking Mills.
Hey, Davis Mills is the guy.
He's that guy. Spoiler, he's one. No,
That
I'm
guy.
joking. I'm joking. No, but Herbert's done a lot in the NFL that has shown me this success. How about you, Spot? Who do you got?
At number 5,
Mm-hmm.
I got the same player, Justin Herbert. I have him over Burrow just because of what they've accomplished so far in the NFL. And you can bring up like him going to the Super Bowl and stuff, and Herbert hasn't made the playoffs. But in the first 2 seasons in their whole career, Justin Herbert has the most touchdowns in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy. He broke the quarterback record for most touchdowns as a rookie. He's just performed amazing, and the only thing that's holding him back from being top 3 or even 4, the playoff success. And even making it to the playoffs.
If he makes it to the playoffs and have a deep playoff run, he might go higher on my list.
And also another reason I took Herbert is because I'd rather have Herbert and Burrow. In my opinion, that's why I put him at 5 and Burrow at 6.
Yeah. All right. Number 4 is going to shock some people.
Uh-oh.
Unlike Madden's delusional ass, I have Tom Brady at number 4. He's not the best in the NFL, Madden. I'm ripping on Madden. Leave me alone. But Brady at 4. Don't get me wrong. Brady is still good. But I think he's starting to go on the decline. I think he should have stayed in retirement. This team is still a good team. Don't get me wrong in Tampa Bay. But compared to the other 3, I think they're all better, clear-cut, better quarterbacks than Tom Brady. He's not on the same level as them anymore. That's what I think about Brady. He's top 5 for sure, but he's not up there. And that's why I have him at 4. He was in the race for MVP. He lost it, of course, but he's still that guy. But he ain't that guy, you know? Who do you have at 4?
Well, I completely disagree with the Brady stuff, but at number 4, I have Josh Allen.
Okay.
He very well might be number 2 after this season. He has the most stacked roster in the NFL, and he has a great chance to win the Super Bowl. And all he needs is to win postseason games. And I just need him to be more consistent and kind of limit the interceptions sometimes. That's all. But he's phenomenal talent. Just play more consistent in games that matter. Mm-hmm. But you can spin it around. Like, he played amazing against the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He lost on a coin toss. But I just think...
I feel like...
I just think he's the 4th best right now.
I feel like if he would have outdueled Mahomes in that game, people would have had him at 2.
Maybe.
But we'll see this year how he does. Alright, number 3. That's where I have Josh Allen. Is number 3. I think Josh Allen is very good. Let's go! 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 Let's go! Game! Holy shit, 13 innings, bruh.
Oh my god, you scared me.
Let's go. Alright. I think that's a clip and a half right there, but back to the subject at hand. Josh Allen, number 3. Man showed why he's the 3rd best this past year. His dominating. He kept it one-on-one with the best quarterback at the time in the league. Going back and forth. A coin toss was the one to stop it. Not the Chiefs, but a coin toss. It was that bad. I think Josh Allen is good, but I would not put him above the 2 above him. And these 2 next players are 1A and 1B.
So it's my turn.
Yes.
I have Aaron... Nah.
I was about to kill you if you said that.
I have Tom Brady at number 3.
Thank you.
I have him above Josh Allen because I think Tom Brady performed better. You can disagree all you want, but I don't know how you can argue at 5,300 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 102.1 rating. I don't know how you can argue against that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Tom Brady should have won MVP. But
no.
I'm not mad that Aaron Rodgers won. But I think Tom Brady had a better overall season. But I can't put him at number 2 because I think overall as a player,
The
He's
two
always
above
going
him are better.
yes, overall are better right now.
Okay.
And Tom Brady has the best IQ of any of these quarterbacks, and that makes him alone a top 3 quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're heading to the top 2. I want to say this about these next 2. You can switch them around. I don't care. They're the 2 best quarterbacks in the league. And I will argue with anyone about it. The accomplishments they have done these past years is undeniably good. At number 2, I got Patrick Mahomes. Now, is there a little bias in this one? Maybe, maybe not. But Patrick Mahomes dominating. Even people are saying he's going to take a down year this year. It's like, no, he's not. Is it going to affect his stats a little more? Maybe. But you still got Travis Kelce. You still add a deep threat in Sky Moore MVS. You got Juju, a route runner, which they needed, more the route runner type of wideout. You still got to go. I like that receiving core. It's not the best. It's not the worst. But with Mahomes, it can be a good receiving core. And I think this team isn't going to take a step back. Maybe 1 or 2 games, but they ain't going to take a step back and be like 9-8 like people were saying. Huh? No. That team is going to be in contention for that division every year as long as this man is here. The man has been in an MVP race all of his NFL career. He is that good. He's the most electric player on this field at the quarterback position. So give me Mahomes at 2.
At number 2 for me, I have Aaron Rodgers.
Fuck you.
Aaron Rodgers was number 1, but I think now that he's not anymore.
Hold up.
Nothing against him.
Hold up. Why was he number? Why isn't he anymore?
I personally, I take the guy at number 1 over him, and that's what I'm going off of.
Oh, my number 1's going to surprise a lot of people.
Okay, but Aaron Rodgers won MVP, even though I think he shouldn't have. But I can't debate it. He was 1 or 2, but he has the best over the shoulder throw in the league, hands down. He's the best at throwing in a tight window in the league.
Thank you, bruh. So he tried to say it was Mahomes. I'm like, the fuck are you on, bruh?
But he doesn't have some qualities that the guy at number 1 has, in my opinion.
No.
There's no disrespect to him not being a number 1, because number 2, like
They're switchable.
it's a toss up. It's a toss up in my opinion. But I take the person at 1 over Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and these 2 guys are always switchable, in my opinion. As long as Rodgers is still playing how he is. If he starts taking regression, which could happen, then yeah, it's the guy at 1. But until then, they're switchable.
Both of these guys are without their number 1 receivers. We will see after this year.
Yeah. Now let's head into the number 1. At number 1, I got Zach Wilson. I am serious.
Let's go! The MILF Hunter! He's that guy! He has that
I'm serious. I have Zach Wilson number 1. And let me tell you why I got Zach Wilson number 1. The man started off slow to begin the season, but then he dominated the second half. And then he just kept the domination up in the offseason, bruh. Man got cheated on by his friends, by his best friend. His best friend hooked up with his girl, broke hope. What did he say? He said, nah, that ain't going to affect me. I'm going after MILFs. And he did. And that's why Zach Wilson's number 1.
You done yet?
Nah, I got Aaron Rodgers 1. No, I got Aaron Rodgers 1. Man, I literally had a debate over these 2. No, the thing is, too, the debate, and people didn't hold bias during that debate. That debate was a tie. And it was a good debate, to be honest. But Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league because let me tell you why. People forget to mention he's coming off back-to-back MVPs. Most valuable player in the NFL. Is it more of a QB award? Yes. But was Jonathan Taylor in consideration? Yes. He should have won it. I always say JT should have won it over Rodgers.
Brady should have won it, but okay.
Jonathan Taylor over both of them. But he's back-to-back MVPs. He's tied with Peyton Manning now for most MVPs, which I've been using in my debates for why Rodgers are over Manning. But people forget to mention, yes, is losing Devontae going to hurt? Yes, but what the Packers have done, they built up a receiving core by committee. You lock down one of them, another one could go off on you. You need 3 good corners to stop this receiving core, in my opinion. Because, yes, you got Randall Cobb, you got Sammy Watkins, and Alan Lazard. That does not sound great on paper. But if you watch them, and if you have a corner 2 going against Sammy Watkins, I'm going to take Sammy fucking Watkins, unless that corner 2 is fucking Xavier Howard. Yes.
Only time I take Sammy Watkins if it's week 1.
Bro, that's why we're winning week 1. But what I'm saying is, these receivers are all number 2 receivers who can beat a wide out 2. So let's say you lock down Lazard 1 week. Okay. They'll go to Sammy Watkins. Let's say you lock down them both. Okay, we'll go to Jones out of the backfield. This offense is meant to not even take a step back. Losing Devontae is huge. I think we'll lose a couple more games because of it. Yes. But this is still going to be a team in talks for the playoffs, in talks for probably making a deep playoff run. Do I think we'll go to the Super Bowl? I hope, but do I think? No. Rodgers is a reason why this team is still in contention. And that's why I got Aaron Rodgers 1. And plus, he has the least amount of interceptions every year.
That is true. But I'd take Mahomes personally.
Okay.
I take him personally. And yes, he does have more interceptions. But that's the wow factor he has. And that's his specialty. Him and Josh Allen have the best arms in the NFL.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And Mahomes can make every throw in the book. He can make more throws than Aaron Rodgers.
I disagree.
He can.
No, he can't.
I think so. Now
Okay.
he's better on the run than Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, I'll give you that. He's more athletic, yes, but Rodgers can make better throws than Mahomes.
Can Rodgers, do the no-look?
Yes, he has done it many times before. Mahomes isn't the first quarterback. Mahomes is the guy that made it so, oh my gosh, quarterbacks were doing it all the time. Rodgers has done it. Rodgers literally was getting sacked and just tossed one up, and Jamal Williams caught it in the corner of the end zone. He has made Mahomes sack.
I'm not saying that it's special to do. I'm just saying more consistently, Patrick Mahomes does it more often and has become more successful and made it a more, known about thing in the sport, the no-looker.
Mm.
But it is very close. I think after the season, you will realize Patrick Mahomes is number 1. And after the season, Rodgers will be number 2. And that's what I have right now. I'm predicting it now. Mahomes will be the best quarterback after next year. He'll be the best. He's the best quarterback for me right now.
We say that, and I don't watch it be like Josh Allen. Which could very well happen.
It could be. But I take Patrick Mahomes' play style and what he can do on the field over what Aaron Rodgers can do. And yes, phenomenal 2 MVPs in a row. Congratulations to him. Sometimes the best player, the best at their position, doesn't win the MVP.
That's bullshit because that is bullshit. Rodgers was better than Brady last year, but let's move on.
No, he's not.
So, we got one of our 3 lists done. So this is going to be my most biased list, let's be honest. Now, let's take a stretch break, bro, okay? Stretch it out. Let's get ready for pick a number between 1 and 2.
Let's go 3.
I said 1 or 2, bruh.
That's why I said 3, so you can choose.
1 or 2. You are choosing, bruh.
69.
I ain't gonna choose the next list until you say one or two.
124.
I could do this all day.
2.
Okay, we're doing the running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to do the running backs. This is our top 10 running backs. I'm going to start off with my honorable mention. I got Najee Harris. Did he have an amazing rookie year? Yes. Did he deserve at least Offensive Player of the Year? Yes. I think Chase should have been overall Rookie of the Year, not just offense and overall. Najee put up great numbers. But the reason why I have him back a little bit, same thing, we'll talk about later, is because it was just 1 year. And the rest of the guys on here have proven it over the years, over the past few years. So I got Najee Harris here. Can he jump all the way up to 5 after this season? Fuck yeah. Should he be higher? Probably, but I think right here is a good spot for him. Just outside the top 10, but easily could be switched out with number 10 and number 9. And no, Saquon is not in my top 10 list. Fuck you, Giants fans. He is too injured for me to have him in there.
Okay.
All right,
my honorable mentions. I have 5 for each category.
Jeez, bro. I just did one.
Hey, I'm making a complete list here. Take some notes.
I would have done top 15 at this point.
Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Javonte Williams, DeAndre Swift, and only because he hasn't been healthy in a while, I put Saquon Barkley in the honorable mentions.
Saquon is number 12 in my opinion. Fuck you, Giants fans. Is he going to have probably a decent year? Yes, but will he be his domination like he was his rookie year? No. Now we'll die on that hill. But let's break down our top 10.
That was an awkward silence.
Number 10, I have a running back who is better than Derrick Henry. I got Aaron Jones, baby. Inside joke for those who do not know. I truly do not believe Aaron Jones is better than Derrick Henry anymore. That was a terrible take I had last year. We move on from that take.
Editor, roll the footage.
Aha, fuck you. We got no editor. Because I got our editing software wore off.
Editor, put a fireball.
Bro, imagine just somehow a fireball just appeared out of your hand.
Yeah, I got magic, bro.
No, I'm talking about the drink fireball, bro.
Hey,
yo, that shit goes hard, though.
Yes, but you can continue.
But I got Aaron Jones at number 10. Now, he had to split carries last year. And he still was the best running back on the Packers last year. He had over 600 yards, close to 700, over 300 yards receiving, so he had a total of 1,000 yards scrimmage. As he was not even fully taking the full number 1 snaps, and he still was the best running back on this team. He is going to take a huge step this year in our offense, with especially Davante Adams. We're going to be relying on him way more than we will be without him. He's going to be huge in the passing game. I think he'll be the number 1 receiver on this Packers offense in receiving yards. He's just that important to this team. And when I look at a running back, I look at their rushing and their receiving. And I believe out of here, maybe 2 people I put above him for receiving in my top 10. So I have Aaron Jones at number 10. Yeah, who do you got?
At number 10.
I swear if it's Zeke, I'm slapping you. No,
chill out. He's at number 10 because he hasn't been healthy. I have to put him here because if he was healthy, he'd be way higher. But I have Christian McCaffrey at number 10 only because of availability.
I don't mind it.
That's the only reason. And you'll see in my other lists, I kind of have a theme here.
You got a theme here
of it. I got injured players at the 10th position. Wait till the wide receiver list. But I have Christian McCaffrey, number 10. Literally 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, he had one of the greatest running back seasons of all time. And ever since then, he's just... It's not the performances, it's just the availability of the performances. Because whenever he plays, he performs. He just needs to play more. If he plays at least 13 games this year, he'll probably have 1,200 rushing yards, 700 receiving yards, stuff like that, like 1,700 yards combined. I don't know. But only because he's injured. He's this low.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to number 9. Number 9 is where I have Ezekiel Elliott. I'm just gonna sum up Zeke because that'll be more B-Hub's place, because he would talk on and on about how Zeke was better than Aaron Jones.
Because he was.
Fuck you, Aaron Jones will have a better year this year. I'll make a bet on it with you. Okay. How much you want to bet?
I don't got much money right now.
Hey, it doesn't have to be money. It could be something embarrassing. You know what?
Jeez.
Loser of this bet has to wear a dress on the podcast.
I'm not wearing it.
You scared?
Not doing that.
You scared?
I'm not scared. It's just I just don't want to have to think about every week of him not performing, and then I have to wear a dress. No.
Bruh, you have the advantage because Zeke had a better year when he was injured, and that's a reason why I have him at 9, still inside the top 10.
We'll talk about it another time.
Okay. I'm going to keep bringing it up, though. But he was just dominant, you guys. He was injured, and he still had over 1,000 yards, with Tony Pollard knocking on... Hold up. Tony Pollard literally doing this. Knocking on the door, saying, I'm coming for that number 1 spot. And he still played that guy dominant. He still played dominant. And Zeke is still good. Did he take a digress from the first few years of his career? Yes, but he's still a top 10 running back in the league. Who do you got at 9?
At number 9, the only reason he's not higher is because he hasn't performed to this level multiple years. I have Najee Harris at number 9. 1,200 rushing yards.
Dominant.
With a terrible
O-line.
offensive line. Terrible. 10 rushing touchdowns. Almost 70 receptions or something like that. He had about 1,600 yards combined. Like, only reason people don't put him in the top 10 is because he's only played 1 year. I don't care about that. A top 10 is for what they did in their last season and what you think right now. And right now, I think Najee Harris is at number 9 and is a top 10 running back. And after this season, he will be
Number
a top
5.
5 running back.
I can see it, bro. I can see it. All right. Number 8.
Please stay healthy.
Yes. Number 8 is one of the guys I was talking about who is a better receiver than Aaron Jones. I got Austin Eckler here. Austin Eckler had a dominant year for him. This is his biggest and this was his best year. This is his year of finally showing why he's the guy since Melvin Gordon left that Chargers offense. And I think him and Herbert are going to be dominant in that backfield to come. Austin Eckler is, like I said, probably the second best receiving back in the NFL, in my opinion, besides the guy who I have coming up next. He's just dominant, running and receiving. And I like these dual threat running backs. Don't get me wrong, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, and Nick Chubb, they're good for running. But I feel like if I want a running back, I want a guy who can be Christian McCaffrey with 2K all-purpose yards. Because that opens up the offense more. And I like these running backs who open up the offense more and give the offense more diversity.
Yeah.
But I have Eckler at number 8. Who do you got at 8?
At number 8, I tried to be as non-biased as possible every week. I have Ezekiel Elliott at number 8.
I like that. I don't mind that.
With a worn-down offensive line, injured offensive line, being injured with a semi-torn, I forgot what it was. It was like an ankle injury. But he played on this injury the whole season. still had 1,000 yards, had 47 receptions, and he had around 1,300 yards combined. He is the workhorse of the offense.
Yeah.
He gets those gritty yards, and sometimes he breaks out those 10 to 20 yards, but they're not as prominent as they were in 2016. This is the leanest Zeke I've seen. If you look at what he's posting a lot of workout videos now. And I think this will probably be the best Zeke we've seen in the last 3 years.
Okay.
Because, remember, he got the contract, wasn't really practicing, still got 1,000 yards. Yeah, got the suspension, back injury. It was just a down year for everyone. Still almost got 1,000 yards.
I know.
797.
And I want to say this too. He's
or
doing
779.
I want to say this out of personal experience too. He's dealing with Mike McCarthy as his head coach, and McCarthy does not like running the ball, and he still put up 1,000 yards.
Put up 1,000 yards, double-digit touchdowns,
And
which is important
and
in a pass-heavy team.
Exactly. And to Cowboys fans, not you, B-Hub, who tried to tell me that, oh, this is a running team. I dealt with McCarthy my whole life. He's the only coach I had besides Matt LaFleur. I know his system in and out. His system is pass, run. Pass, run. Maybe a run play in a row, but you can test those people. You guys are more a pass-first team than a run-first team.
And you can make this case for any player, but this system that Zeke is in is very vanilla. Very vanilla right now.
And that's how McCarthy is. He's a vanilla-type coach. Easily figure out. I think McCarthy is holding you guys back, but that's the topic for a different video. Let's move on to number 7. At number 7, I got Joe Mixon. The man was gaining so much hate coming into this year. He performed and showed why he was a huge part in this Super Bowl run. Putting up the numbers he put up without a good O-line was a reason why Burrow had some relief off of his back because of Joe Mixon. This is the healthiest Mixon has ever been in his career, and it shows how dominant he is if he can stay healthy. Mixon's that guy. He's just that guy, pal.
And guess what, Hayden?
You agree?
I agree.
Let's go. He's just that guy, B-Hub.
He's just that guy.
He's that guy.
I don't want to reiterate everything you say, but there was a lot of expectation with the new contract he got. He performed. He performed in the playoffs. That screams number 7.
Yeah.
To me.
That does. To me,
and all you said.
He's that guy. Alright. So, we agreed. Mixon at 7. At number 6, this is where I got the best receiving back in the NFL.
Who's the best?
One of the only people to have 2K all-purpose yards last year, who was number 1 in my ranking. I got CMC at number 6. CMC, he's going to be dominant this year. Because he's not going to... I think this is going to be the healthiest we've seen him since that 2K purpose yards. Because he's going to have the workload taken off him a lot with Baker. Like, the reason why he had the workload, look at his QBs. On the decline, Cam Newton. Teddy Bridgewater, a bridge quarterback. Bridget is in his...
I'm not going to allow Bridgewater slander here. He's a solid quarterback.
He's a bridge quarterback.
It is in the name, but he's not. He's a little bit above a bridge. He's a solid quarterback.
Okay, he's not the bridge that you like cross over on a country road. He's a Golden Gate.
He's like the most premium.
He's a Golden Gate bridge.
Yes, he's a very premium.
But he's still a bridge quarterback. He's not the guy. And with Bridgewater, they're going to run first. But you add a quarterback like Baker Mayfield, the gunslinger himself. Baker. That's going to improve this team. Now, is CMC going to... He's still going to be a huge part? Yes. Because he's still got... He put up 1K receiving and rushing yards for a reason. He's that good. And that O-line has not been good. It has not been terrible, and he did that. He has done the domination with these trash quarterbacks, and now you give him a real quarterback. I'm excited to watch CMC. Am I going to stay away from him in fantasy? Yes.
I forgot one thing when I was pointing out CMC. The Panthers just drafted an offensive lineman in the first round.
That too.
Ike Ekwonu. He's going to help CMC a lot.
Oh, yeah, he is.
You don't even know.
All right, who do you have at 6?
At number 6, I have Austin Eckler.
Oh, I like it.
I like his play style.
Yeah.
I like how he performed last year. Being the security blanket in some situations for Herbert. He is a perfect running back with a Justin Herbert. They work so well together, and I think he had the best season of his career last year.
Yeah.
And I think 6 is the highest you can give him right now because he hasn't been the most consistent over his career.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at last season, you deserve number 6.
Yeah, you do. All right. Number 5. Who's this? I will start off. Now we're entering the top 5 for running backs. At number 5, I got Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is that guy. The reason why I got him at 5 is because of what he's dealing with. Right now, off the field, he might not even play the first half of the season. That's a huge reason why he's at 5. The man's dominant, though. He's changed my mind. He is the second best catcher. Austin Eckler's 3. I totally forgot who he's listed. Aaron Jones 4. Man's dominant. He had over 6 touchdowns on Christmas a couple years ago.
He had 5 or 6.
5, tied a record. He consistently can rush for 800 yards and have 800 yards receiving. He is like a CMC player. He is CMC if CMC can stay healthy. He is that good. And he can produce the touchdowns too, which you need from a running back. So I like Alvin Kamara at 5.
Hayden, you are so wrong, but also so right. I have Alvin Kamara at number 5. And I pretty much agree with everything you said. The only thing that's holding me back is because he doesn't put up the same stats as some of these players in rushing the ball. But he is so dynamic as a pass catcher and a runner. And a pretty good run blocker as well.
Mm-hmm.
Run and pass blocker. One of the best.
Oh, yeah.
And all I need to see from him is how he comes back from this suspension. Because he's definitely getting suspended. But I just want to see if he can continue this.
Gets suspended and he doesn't, that's bullshit.
Yeah, it's the NFL. But I think number 5 for Alvin Kamara is pretty good.
Okay, let's move on to number 4. At number 4, I have a guy who is the workload. One half of the best running back tantrum in the NFL. I got Nick Chubb. This man is that guy. He's that dominant. Last year in Browns Packers, for example, when they were running the ball with him, he was the reason why they were doing good. When they passed, they were doing bad. Nick Chubb is this offense more than anyone else on this team. He's the reason why they won so many football games last year. He's the reason why they were in the playoffs 2 years ago. He's the reason why they have been dominant, this offense. And it doesn't help with the O-line, yes, but he's a power horse. He is the definition of a power back. Run up the middle, you need 4 yards, he can get it. Every play.
I think he's a little more than that, though.
He's more. But he can go back to his bread and butter, just like that.
Alright. Nick Chubb, number 4 for you. I don't have him at number 4.
Ooh.
I have Dalvin Cook at number 4.
Oh, I see what we did.
Yeah. I have Dalvin Cook at number 4. I think him and the guy I have at number 3 are pretty much the same, but he just doesn't play enough.
Mm-hmm.
He gets injured literally every year, which is unfortunate. Sometimes it happens, but in some games as well, he doesn't show up. And the guy that I have at number 3 shows up more in bigger meaningful
I
games.
swear, if you have Taylor 3, I'm going to slap you. But let's move on to number 3. I got Dalvin Cook at number 3. Dalvin Cook is the reason why this Viking offense is a huge part of why they're winning football games. Dalvin Cook is that running back that can. It's probably in my opinion, the best elusive running back in the NFL. Yes, you got CMC up there, but I think Dalvin Cook has him beat. He can easily evade you. He is good coming out in open space. I will take Dalvin Cook any day. If I need a running back to get me an elusive 10 yards, I will take Dalvin Cook in a heartbeat. He is good. He can kill your defense, even if you have a good defense.
Alright.
But he isn't at the
Dalvin
level
Cook.
of 1 and 2.
Alright.
Who do you
For
got?
my number 3, I have Jonathan Taylor.
I'm going to slap you.
Let me tell you why.
I'm listening.
Let me tell you why he's not number 3.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
At number 3, I have Nick Chubb. I agree with everything you said, but he's more than just a power back.
Oh, yeah.
He has speed to him as well, and he has some of the best acceleration at his size, which you don't really expect. He's one of the strongest running backs. He's one of the fastest in space, and he creates so much space. He creates so many missed tackles, and he just fits that Cleveland Browns running back theme, and I have him over Dalvin Cook because of the meaningful games that Nick Chubb has had and performed in the playoffs. He even performed against the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. I just think Nick Chubb is the third best running back in the NFL right now with his power and his speed combo. And one of the best blockers. I think he might be the second best blocker in the NFL as a running back.
I agree. All right.
Uh-oh. We're getting close to number 2.
Number 2. I got Jonathan Taylor. I have been watching Jonathan Taylor my whole life, from college to where he's at now. He is always going to be my favorite running back in the NFL because I just love him that much. But Jonathan Taylor was an MVP candidate for a reason. He was the leading rusher last year for a reason. Is he better than guy number 1? No, because guy number 1 got hurt. If guy number 1 was playing, he would have been the true cut and stone MVP. But Jonathan Taylor shows why he's the second best. Because he, on that Colts team, which has Carson Wentz as their quarterback, he was the reason why they're in playoff contention. Carson Wentz, the reason why they didn't get over the hump. He played great. That O-line and him worked perfectly. They're the best duo, in my opinion, O-line running back duo in the NFL. And I think he's going to continue to eat up the NFL. He's going to continue to just dominate the NFL, and it's going to be great.
Alright. I like how you're not being biased. I like that. You're improving. At my number 2 position.
We didn't know a quarterback, though.
Wow. Oh my god, you're biased. You put Zeke in the top 10.
Dude,
Nah, but at number 2 for me, I have Derrick Henry.
Okay. Hold up. Wait,
He got
what?
injured last year.
No, hold up. Wait. Did I hear that correct? Are you being more biased than me?
Guess what, Hayden?
You're lying.
I am lying.
Thank you. I was
Taylor's
about to
number
say.
2. I was about to pull a Hayden. I was doing my Hayden impression. It wasn't that good because Hayden's a special breed. Jonathan Taylor, like you said, the running back to offensive line combo, best in NFL. And it wasn't even at its full strength last year. Quentin Nelson missed time. Brendan Smith missed time. Their left tackle left before the season even started. Yeah, and then they signed Eric Fisher, and then they let him go. Yeah, and they haven't been a collective full unit in most of the season last year.
Since 2021.
Pretty much. And
oh, wait, no, 2020. My
banking
bad.
and having to deal with Carson Wentz's insignificant play. I don't know if that was the right word.
Carson Wentz being stupid. Anyways.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor would have ate up in that playoff game. All they had to do was beat Jacksonville, and it wasn't even Jonathan Taylor's fault. He performed the whole season, and that's why he was the number 1 running back last year.
I believe they would have beat the Bengals if they made the playoffs.
I don't think so, but it would have been a very good game to watch. He would be number 1 in the NFL if the guy that we have at number 1 didn't exist.
Exactly. Now, at number 1, I'm just going to make this word sweet. It's Derrick Henry. The man was on pace to rush for 2K yards, and he was about to hit 1K after
Again.
Week 5. After Week 1. Not Week 1. Week 5, he was about to hit 2K. Man's just dominant. I don't have to go in. He's the best running back in the league. Done.
I want you to give him a formal apology over that Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry.
Dearest to Derrick Henry. Hayden, have made a huge, terrible mistake. I have said that you were better than Aaron Jones. And I am truly sorry. You are the best running back in the league because Ziath has proven that he is the best running back in the league. Sincerely, Hayden.
Thank you, Hayden. We love the courage and strength you showed to say sorry.
Took a lot, bro. Took a lot.
Yeah. And not even us. In a sports way, everyone should learn from that, to own up from their mistakes. But Derrick Henry, what a special player this guy is. His versatility, having the best stiff arm in the NFL, the best power in the NFL, and a top 5 acceleration running back at his size is phenomenal. 6'4", about 230. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
On pace for another 2K season. The first player ever to go back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons. Unfortunately, he broke that bone in his foot. He wasn't able to continue to perform. But him coming back for that wild card game, he didn't play the best. But he played well enough for them to win the game. Ryan Tannehill sold.
Wait, wild card game?
Yeah, against the Bengals.
Divisional.
Or the divisional, my bad. I forgot they had the 1 seed. If it wasn't for Ryan Tannehill, they would have went further in the playoffs, and we would have seen a more healthier Derrick Henry in the playoffs.
Oh, I agree.
Shout out Derrick Henry.
You're that guy, pal. You're that guy.
You are literally a beast. Literally.
Yes, you're the
come up from being a second-round pick in 2016.
Yeah, so shout out to Derrick Henry. Now, B-Hub, I think we should move on.
The last part.
To our receivers. This is probably going to be my most controversial list.
Oh, boy.
You start, because my honorable mention in 10 is going to be very, very controversial.
Ooh. I have a lot of honorable mentions.
Oh, my.
Do you want to hear all of them?
Yes. For chat, I got to go do something first. I got beat.
Alright. My honorable mentions from my wide receiver tier list is DJ Moore. This is not in order. DJ Moore, DK Metcalf, Keenan Allen, AJ Brown, Deontay Johnson, Chris Godwin, Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, and Odell. And if you say, oh, why is Odell in your honorable mentions? That dude would have won Super Bowl MVP if he stayed healthy. But my honorable mentions, you can flip-flop whoever you want. And after you see my number 10 position, you could say like, oh, you haven't really seen that guy. But I think you'll see after the season, if this guy does play, he will still be a top receiver. Hello, Hayden.
Hello. Alright, so who are your honorable mentions? Just say it to me, you don't have to explain why.
It is DJ Moore, DK Metcalf, Keenan Allen, AJ Brown, Deontay Johnson, Chris Godwin, Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, and Odell Beckham Jr.
My honorable mention is Deebo Samuel.
Isaiah does not like you right now.
Man said Trey Lance is going to be a top 5 QB at the end of the year. I don't give a
I think
fuck.
it's top 7.
No, he said top 5. The clip's on TikTok.
Well,
But I got Deebo Samuel at number as my honorable mention. Is he dominant? Yes, he had 1,000 yards, 1,400 yards receiving. Yes, but I want to see Deebo. Thing is with my honorable mention number 10, I need to see more from them than just one good year, because everyone can have a good year. Anyone can. I feel like with Deebo too. If he was used more as a wideout and not a wide back, he could be higher. He could have more potential. I feel like the wide back and it's just hurting his career more and more. Because he's not going to be able to last as long, in my opinion, in the NFL as a wide back. But I got Deebo here. He is dominant. He deserves to get paid next. But I think the 10 guys above him were more dominant through their careers / right now / over last year. But that's my honorable mention. Number 10, B-Up?
I was talking to the viewers that like I said, I have a theme here. Players that are injured, I have them in the last spot.
Okay.
And this guy broke the record for most receptions in a season.
Oh, you're going. I know who you're thinking.
I have Michael Thomas at number 10.
Dude, Michael Thomas. That's honestly, I thought you were going to go someone else.
Who do you think I was going to go?
Not going to say.
Wait, did Cooper Kupp break it?
I don't know. He did break Megatron.
Top 2. I'll say top 2 in most receptions all time.
No,
Just
Cooper Kupp did break it. He broke Megatron's record.
So, well, I'll correct myself. Top 2, and we just haven't seen him the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time we saw him, he was the best receiver playing that year.
Yeah. All right. At number 10, I have Jamar Chase. I know you guys are going to hate this. Like I said, this is the most spicy list. The reason why I have Jamar Chase at number 10 is like for Najee Harris, they could go higher, easily higher. But I want to see more than just one season from them. Is Jamar Chase probably going to jump up to 4 or 5 after this year? Yes. But personally, if I'm looking for a wideout, I'm going to take these 9 guys over them. I think he had a great year. He deserved what he won. He is that guy, don't get me wrong, but I want to see how he looks in year 2 before I have him above other people.
I completely disagree. But my number 9 is a guy who had a coming out party as a wide back and a wide receiver. The only reason he didn't put up these yards until this year was because he was injured. I have Deebo Samuel at number 9.
And he was a rookie.
Yeah.
And
1,400 yards. Running the ball. Catching the ball exceptionally well. He did have a drop issue.
Mm-hmm.
But 1,400 yards and playing the role he did, literally carrying that offense in certain situations when George Kittle got hurt, that's enough for me to be a top 10 receiver. And he could be higher, but I just want him to be more consistent in multiple years. I want to see it in multiple years.
Same. All right. At number 9, I have Mike Evans. This guy is the most underrated wideout in my opinion. Man always puts up the numbers, always has 1,000 yards. People say he's going to be overtaken by Chris Godwin. He has not. He got a better quarterback. He's going to be dominant this year. He burnt Jalen Ramsey in the playoffs. Now, did Jamar Chase do the same thing? Yes, but Mike Evans has been this dominant his whole career, and he's continued up this dominant. He hasn't shown signs of slowing down either. So I'll take Mike Evans at 9.
Ooh, Mike Evans at 9. Well, guess what?
What?
I have Mike Evans at number 8. This guy gets disrespected too much, and we need to talk about him more often. 7 consecutive seasons of 1,000 yards.
Yes.
People like to bring up his quarterbacks. Yeah, Jameis Winston, Tom Brady. Like, the numbers literally just speak for themselves to be a top 10 wide receiver. And for him to go up was the performances I saw in meaningful games and in their Super Bowl run in 2021. And last season, in clutch situations, being the guy that you can trust in a game-winning drive. That moved him up a few positions on my ranking. So I have Mike Evans at number 8, and he completely deserves it.
At number 8, I have Terry McLaurin. This guy has just been dominant his whole NFL career. He has been putting up the numbers he did with Taylor Heineke, Alex Smith. I'm trying to think who else.
By the way, I forgot. I put Terry McLaurin as my honorable mention. I just forgot to rate it.
Yeah. I also have, and also RIP, he had Dwayne Haskins too as quarterback. He's been dominant in the NFL with his quarterbacks. He shows that he is the best receiver from this, second best receiver from this draft class. He's the only receiver to burn Jair over 15 yards, fun fact. So yeah. Terry McLaurin's number 8. He deserves it. He deserved the pay. He deserved everything he has at number 8.
Number 8, Terry McLaurin. Alright. I don't have him inside the top 10 right now, but it was between him and Michael Thomas, so he could very well be in the top 10. But at number 7 for me is a guy that recently got suspended as a wide receiver.
Oh.
DeAndre Hopkins. When he's playing a full regular season and playing healthy, he is easily a top 5 receiver. We just haven't seen it the last few years. Now he's going to miss 6 more games. I just want him to be consistently that guy again. But number 7, I think that's a fair ranking for what he's performed the last few seasons. But
I agree.
If he comes back from this 6-game suspension and just balls out, you could put him easily back in the top 5.
You can. Alright, at number 7, I have A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown has had one injury-riddled season, and yet he still put up great numbers with Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill has been a good QB. What?
You have him over Jamar Chase?
Yes. What?
That... Just explain.
I think A.J. Brown is like Mike Evans, a very underrated receiver. He has some of the best route running in the league. He still shows why he has been dominant the past few years. He has been a huge reason why this Titans offense have been able to flourish with Ryan Tannehill. He's a big reason of that, and he's just been putting up the numbers his career from rookie year to year.
I'm going to say this as nicely as I can.
I'm stupid.
It's honestly disrespectful. You have A.J. Brown over Jamar Chase.
Hey, I don't give a fuck. This is my ranking. People don't like it.
It is your ranking. That's why I'm not going to completely trash on it. But I feel like that's just a disrespectful thing to do to Jamar Chase.
I like Jay. I like Jamar Chase. I think he's going to be dominant.
I like A.J. Brown, but I just don't think he's a top 10 receiver right now. It's between number 10 for me, A.J. Brown, Michael Thomas, and Terry McLaurin.
Yeah. All right.
I think you just have A.J. Brown a little too high.
Everyone has their rankings different. And that's what I love. I love how people will at people for their rankings. Yes, change debating, yes, but at the end of the day, you're not going to change my mind. I think A.J. Brown's the best, 7th best wideout in the NFL. I think he's going to show why that this year. I think he's going to have over 1,000 yards. I think he's going to have over 1,200 yards this year.
And that still won't reach Jamar Chase's rookie year.
No, it won't. Don't get me wrong. Jamar Chase had the best rookie year as a receiver ever. He broke J-Jet's record last year, but I still think that I like Jamar Chase more this year. I mean, not Jamar Chase. A.J. Brown more this year heading into the year than I do A.J. Brown. Here's the thing for me personally. If they had a dominant rookie year, I'll always put him at number 10 or an honorable mention. I want to see more. I want to see how they do in year 2 before I fully put them higher. That's the thing with these. Like last year, I had J-Jets at 8, 9, 10. And then he broke the receiving record. He proved that he is the best receiver from that class. I want to see it too from Chase this year, because you never know, they could have a fall off year, and I want to see more from a second year player than I do from a guy like Mike Evans, AJ Brown, who already proved to me that they deserve to be here. But that's just why I have AJ Brown here. All right, let's go to number 6.
Number 6, I have the guy that I think you're disrespecting a little bit. I have Jamar Chase at number 6. The greatest rookie season for a receiver ever.
Mm-hmm.
Leading a team to a Super Bowl in his first year. Playing exceptionally well in the playoff games and being a main factor in the games. Just an incredible, turn of events, because I remember in training camp people were saying he couldn't even catch the ball.
Oh, that was great. I called it. Oh, don't forget the allegations he had too about being a baby abuser or whatever it was.
What a turn of events, and I think, honestly, you could put Jamar Chase higher, but I'll put him at 6 because I want to see him do this consistently. But I think what he did last year proved to me that he can be, or is, number 6.
Okay.
But after this season, he could be number 4. He could be number 3.
He could be number 2.
He could be number 1.
No, you won't. At number 6, I have DeAndre Hopkins. The man was playing good until he got injured. He shows year after year why he's still a top 10 receivers. Last year he was the number 2. I think he dropped down a little bit because injury and the age is catching up to him, but I still think he is a top 6 receiver in the league. I think there's 5 guys better than him, and those guys are easily going to be shown here. But I have D-Hop at number 6. Man, has the best hand in the NFL.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Number 5, we are getting to the top 5 of the final tier or rankings we have. At my number 5, I have a guy that was traded this offseason. I have Tyreek Hill at number 5.
I was thinking, who got traded? Oh, yeah, Tyreek Hill.
I got Tyreek Hill at number 5. Just a weapon. Like the ultimate weapon.
Oh, yeah.
The fastest player in the NFL. He's the biggest threat you could have in the NFL as a deep threat. And last season, he didn't perform as well as he has other seasons, but he's been this steady, consistent, around 1,200-yard guy. And I am very excited to see how he plays with Tua.
I am too.
But he is a top 5 receiver, and what a player this guy is.
Okay. Guys from 2 to 5, you can switch out. They're all that
good. Yeah.
They all been good. Yeah. I think one is on its own level, but at number 5, I have Cooper Kupp. Super Bowl MVP. Matthew Stafford and him thrived. The chemistry showed. I like Cooper Kupp. Thing is, you are questioning this now, but I think Cooper Kupp is a top 5 receiver. He'll be a top 5 receiver for his whole career. He could be number 1 in a couple years. But I like 4 guys above him. I think Cooper Kupp is the guy, though. The man broke Megatron's record for a reason. Matthew Stafford and him was dominant. It showed in the Super Bowl. The chemistry that they have built is the best, if not one of the best chemistries in the NFL to this day. So I got Cooper Kupp at 5. Who do you got at 4?
At number 4, I have Stephon Diggs. Ever since he got traded to the Buffalo Bills, he has become a top 5 receiver. You could still argue before he went to the Bills he was a top 5 receiver. Yeah. But him being paired with Josh Allen was the perfect decision for him and the Bills to make, because they are primed to make a deep run and led their league in receiving yards. What was it, 2020 or 2021?
Yeah.
2020. Number 4. And he'll probably be around here for a long time.
Okay. At number 4, I got Jay Jets. This man is the most explosive player in the NFL, in my opinion. He could be the best receiver in a year or two. The man just dominating the league with Kirk Cousins as his quarterback. The man is probably one of the best deep threats in the league with number with a guy coming up in my top 3. The man's just been tearing it up. His route running is a great route running. He has done a compliment after a compliment. When his rookie year, he set the rookie record for most receiving yards. He has shown why he is that dominant. He has put up even over 50 yards with a backup quarterback before. And he was pulled in the 4th, but if he played that 4th, he would have definitely hit 100.
Yes.
Who do you got number 3?
Top 3. At number 3, I have Justin Jefferson.
Ooh.
I think he was lower last year, but he had a phenomenal rookie year.
Yeah.
But he performed better this year, having 1,600 yards, making Kirk Cousins look like a top 10 quarterback. Like, honestly, he made him look like a very solid quarterback and became the number 1 guy on the team, even greater than Dalvin Cook. He's just a
dominant player.
He's just a dominant player, and these receivers keep getting better and better every year. And I think maybe by next year, he could be the best receiver.
Hey, who's going to be the receiver to break the rookie record since it's been 2 years in a row?
I'm going to go with
Christian Watson. Good choice.
I'm going to go with Chris Olave.
I think it's going to be Garrett Wilson.
Because Michael Thomas, that was another thing that came out about him.
True.
Being on the pub list.
Yeah. All right.
Garrett Wilson for Johnny.
Yeah. At number 3, I have Stefon Diggs.
Stephanie?
Stefon Diggs. Like Bia was saying earlier, he's very dominant with Josh Allen. Him and Josh Allen pairing was perfect for each other. The Bills needed that good deep threat wideout. They got it in Diggs. They also got a great route runner in Diggs, who's been helped turn this team to be the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. This is the best team. You got Diggs at the number 1.
Bless you.
Thank you. But you guys got Diggs. Go ahead. Number 2. I'm having an allergy attack.
All right. Number 2. A guy had 1,900 yards. Cooper Kupp, Super Bowl MVP. People probably didn't even have him in the top 10 last year. And he moved all the way up to number 2. I think you have to be at least top 3. Like, you have to at least put this guy top 3 because of the season he had. Because for a wide receiver, winning really doesn't matter. That's mostly a quarterback stat.
Yeah.
But it's an added perk if you win the Super Bowl MVP as a wide receiver.
So are you saying that Julian Edelman, last time the Rams were in the Super Bowl, was a top 2 receiver then?
I'm not saying like winning matters as a receiver as much as it does a quarterback. But an added perk is winning the Super Bowl MVP.
I agree.
Cooper Kupp, he got paid this offseason.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Him and Stafford. I think he could have probably showed this sign of him if they got Stafford earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Not 1,900 yards, but having more consistent seasons.
Yeah, I agree Cooper Kupp is that dominant. But at number 2, I got Tyreek the Cheetah Hill. I think he's going to take a little step back, yes, because he has a new quarterback. That's always going to be something to learn with. But the man's still dominant. He shows why he's the most explosive player in the NFL, the best deep threat in the NFL. The man is a reason why the Chiefs won versus the Bills. Helped get him in field goal range. He's just good, and he is, if not the best, close to one of the best receivers in the league. But he's not close to number 1.
I don't think he's number 2, but I respect your opinion, and he's a phenomenal player.
Yes. Who do you got at 1?
Oh, at number 1, I have Kevin White.
Bruh.
At number 1. At number 1, I have Darrell Green Beckham. At number 1, I have Henry Ruggs.
Fuck yeah, bruh.
But on the real, this guy got traded. Sorry, Hayden.
Fuck you.
But he's been the best receiver the last 3 seasons. I don't think he's going to slow down. He'll probably be number 1 again.
I don't think the last 3, but last 2, 100%.
Yeah, that's true.
And
but ever since he hit his stride with Aaron Rodgers, he's been the best receiver in the NFL. And I hope he plays well with his quarterback that he had in college. And he could probably have a better season than he had last year.
No. But I agree. Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the league. His route running is...
Really?
Yeah. He's the only player to make Chad Ochocinco cry over route running.
Ochocinco's a god.
He is. It's you're that good. He also has one of the best hands in the NFL. A couple of seasons ago, he only dropped one pass. He's been a huge. Him and Rodgers were a huge reason why both of them were so successful. Do I think they both would take a step back this year? Yes, because they're both that generation. If you put two generational players as your quarterback wideout, that's going to be good. But I think he's still the best, even with Derek Carr. Is his yards going to go down a little bit? I think so, but he'll still be showing why he's the best receiver in the league.
I completely agree. Shout out Devontae Adams, and shout out Chad Ochocinco if you're watching.
Facts, Griff, facts.
But Hayden, this was fun.
B-Hub, do you have any final words?
I might have another final word. Because next week, are we doing...
Defense.
Oh... Tell them what positions, by the way.
For defense, we will be doing linebackers, cornerbacks, and edge rushers. And safeties. We gotta talk about it, but...
Yeah, we'll talk more about it, but we're definitely ranking defensive players next week. We'll tell you next week.
We'll tell you when next week comes, yes. But, anything else you want to say?
I'm still a depressed Red Sox fan. I'm still a depressed Cowboys fan. I'm still a depressed Boston Celtics fan. I'm just depressed.
I get it.
But thank you all for watching. Thank you, Hayden, for joining me. And me joining you. As the only people to do an episode this week. We're trying to be more consistent. Next week we might have them both back, maybe.
No, we'll have them.
Oh, wait, no. Never mind. We'll have MG back.
We might not even have MG back. He's not even sure
maybe.
if he's going to be back.
You could see. This is basically an episode of Between the Uprights.
Bruh.
I'm not going to think about it.
But, I don't
either. But thank you all for watching. This is fun. We are trying to be more consistent. We are going to be more consistent. And thank you. Like and subscribe.
But if you guys haven't already, I am your host for today, Hayden. This is episode 76 of the best podcast in the world, TheBINPodcast. Go subscribe to B. I'm going to force him to start doing content. Go subscribe to me. Go subscribe to MG. Go subscribe to Isaiah. Keep an eye out on the channel because we got some.
Donate to my GoFundMe as well.
For his earring aid. He really needs it.
Yes,
He needs it, bro.
Get me out of here.
I want to say, B-Up, thank you for joining me today, and thank you guys for Hunter Renfro.
Thank you for the great talent we got.
Yes, I would gladly do that trade again if Renfro keeps batting like this in a heartbeat. But thank you again, B-Up. If you guys haven't already, hit that like and sub, and as always, piss off, guns.